This is Sam from the popular YouTube channel, The Northwest Wind, and he's preparing to stealth camp on a cold and frosty day.
What do you know? This looks like a tent or a tarp.
The area he's in seems to be a little sketchy, and he finds an old pre-used tent and tarp, which rattles him before he starts to set himself up.
That means somebody's camped back here before. Now, it could have just been some young punks smoking dope.
Looking around, he seems very tentative and a little nervous to start the process of unpacking. The tension is palpable. But he continues to set up his tent.
And a nice new clear ground cloth. I don't know what it is here, but I keep feeling like somebody's watching me. And it's like very, very strong feeling, like hair on the back of my neck standing up. I don't know. I just keep feeling like I'm being watched or something, though. I don't know.
As the daylight flickers away, his increasing anxiety and nervousness ramps up.
All right, so it's getting dark. It's gonna be fully dark here in about 10 minutes or so. Somebody just walked by. I don't know if they had a dog or not, but they definitely didn't see me, but I could barely see them. I don't know why, I'm just spooked. I haven't been saying that, but I've been spooked since I got here. I keep feeling like somebody's watching me. And then seeing that person. I know it's a public park, but still. All right, well, darkest hours of the day. I'm pretty much settled in. Everything's organized, put away. Gonna take the Pelly case inside with me. I don't know, I just have this strange feeling back here. Somebody else walked by. I don't think they saw me, but they were close enough to where they could see me. Even with the low light now in this fog, it's kind of...
Sam continues to settle in for the night, and even gets into some reviewing of the new tent for the video.
I'm not gonna lie, it's the perfect length for me. Perfect size. Nice and cozy. The ground is soaked, even with the ground cloth. No moisture came through. It's just what wicked in here before I put the fly on. It looks shorter than it is. I mean...
Later, after he's settled down, he hears something outside the tent.
There's somebody. Hang on. I don't know if they can see it or not through the tent. I don't think so. I'm leaning right up against the light, but somebody's walking around out there very close to the tent. Somebody's out there. I don't know if they're coming this way or just walking around out there. I can't tell. Somebody's definitely walking around out there, though. Hang on. I don't want to leave the light on in case they can see in here.
You can hear someone walking around outside the tent. And it's not just one person from the sound of it.
I don't know if you could see. Somebody's walking around out there, getting closer too. I want you to be able to see as much as possible, but I'm not going to turn on the lantern again. I have my headlamp in my pocket too. I don't like this at all. I'm spooked. Hello? Hello?
He calls out hello, as an attempt to alert them that he is there.
They're really close. They're like 10 feet away. I think there's two people. I can't tell. I think there's two of them. They're coming closer to the tent. They have to know that I'm in here. I'm gonna try and just be silent. Hang on. They're walking around outside in circles. All right, I don't like this. Hello? Hello? They're touching my tent. Stop. They're right outside the tent. Hello, I'm in here. Hello?
He finally tires of the hiding and turns on the light to get to the bottom of the situation.
Hello? And I'm getting the out of here. Hello? Hello? I don't know what the this is, but we're getting out of here. Hang on. Hello? Okay, they're walking away now. What do you want? What do you want? I have a knife. Where's my knife? They're with me. With me here. Holy crap. Get away. What do you want? Hello? I can't see you. Hello? All right, I'm getting out of here. We're getting the hell out of here. Hello? What do you want? Say something. I see you. They collapsed my tent on me. I don't know which way they went. I think they went this way. I see you. All right, I'm spooked. I don't like this. Get my headlamp on and we're getting out of here right now. They're just...
Sam decides to leave, finally, and gathers his immediate items.
They collapsed my tent on me and pulled the fly off while I was still in there. All right, we're just going to get out of here. We're just going to get out of here. I'll come back for this crap later. Grab my phone. I'm going to call 911 if you come near me. Should I just call the police now or do I just go? All right, let's get the hell out of here. I'm leaving. Don't follow me. I don't know where to go. I don't know which way to get out of here. I smell your cigarette. I can hear you. I hear you.
In the pitch black of the night, he tries to find a way to his car, but it all looks a little different in the dark and he takes a tumble.
Way. Here. Okay. Ah. One of them's following me. One of them's... Okay, here's the trail of some kind. Ah! 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 I just ate. I just ate. I'm soaked. I'm toast. Okay. Oh, they're coming. Leave me alone! I don't know where I'm going. Ow!
He's feeling more stressed now as they appear to be following him, and he takes another fall into the wet, muddy ground. He continues to try and find the path, but senses their presence behind him.
I hear them coming. Can't see the shadow. Here's a path. Okay, get me there. I'm recording all of this. I'm calling the police. All right, I'm back on the path. Back on the path. Okay. Okay. Muddy. I fell in the mud 3-4 times. Jammed my knee, tripped. Fell right on my face.
Finally, after a lot of running, he finds his car.
There's another car here. Okay. This is okay. All right, we're getting out of here. All right. Lock my doors. What the fuck? What the f?
Safe in the car now, he reflects on what had just happened. The people walking around his tent. How they pulled his tent out of the ground. He explains how he left everything behind that he couldn't carry. Sam returns to the campsite the next morning in the daylight, and finds his camping gear and tent soaked and collapsed.
Yeah. Oh man, everything is absolutely sopped. Damn. Can't actually tell if they... Yeah, they must have, because see, exactly like I was saying, they pulled the tent from the top while I was in there and pulled the stakes out of the ground. I did not do that, nor did I leave it like that. So somebody was definitely messing with my stuff. It's really creepy. Really creepy. Like I said it last night. When I got out of the tent, the fly was half off, but only just barely over this way. This was folded over more. Yeah, because now everything, some stuff, it's not wet in here. Yeah, it did get a little wet in here. Looks like they opened this up. So there was nothing of real value in there because I had it nice and folded.
This was definitely a night Sam won't forget in a hurry. Check out the full video on his channel. And while you're there, drop him a like and subscribe. This is the channel, Sort of Interesting. Today we follow Dan on a nighttime trip in the woods.
It's rained already today, everything's soaking on the ground. It's forecast 50% chance of rain for every hour until 9 AM tomorrow. My shoes are literally falling apart around my feet, and I couldn't set out until after it had got dark. This sounds like the recipe of a fantastic first ever solo wild camp. I'm Dan Brown, and let's just go and enjoy some nice peaceful calm time in the hills.
Let's follow him on his journey to the area he wants to visit. Dan explains how he is a seasoned wild camper of 15 years experience. However, he is usually with friends, but this is his first time alone.
Absolutely love this under the old railway here. Ooh, the spooky woods. When I was in the woods initially, I filmed a few of these little bits talking about how heavy the bag was and how keen I was to have something to eat because I'd set out without having anything for my tea. However, I hadn't at this point anticipated how big a part of this video the woods would become. I was showing you there was trees down all over the place, even a lot of the greenery's been blown down onto the forest floor with all of the storms we've had recently.
Dan tells us that he is more than comfortable around adverse weather conditions and getting wet, cold, and muddy.
So I've been walking for about an hour at this point, and it really is amazing the difference that the backpack has made. And also the fact I'm using a much dimmer light is starting to make me think I'm sure I can hear stuff and see little flashes and that. I'm sure I can't, but I can't be sure in here where I need to be. So yeah, quick backpack rest, and then we're going to get, in fact, I might get the stove out now, find a spot on the way ahead.
After finding a suitable spot to set up for some much-needed food, things suddenly take a turn.
Dim lights only now. I was just shining the torch around on full beam, showing like the woods to the camera. Some car somewhere on a road up there stopped, and I swear a torch shone into the trees, obviously from well above my head, but it's just spooked me a bit. Oh man, my heart is going. I swear the car that I just mentioned pulled up and somebody has got out. I don't know if it's just coincidence. I'm trying to tell myself that, but I am really, oh my goodness me. I know. This isn't fun, this. I am so stupid. I am the stupidest person I don't know if you can see that they are literally scanning up and down. They are literally. Can you see this on the ground? They're literally looking straight at me. I know. I don't know what to do. I'm literally crouched. I'm sat on the ground. Right, the camera off. After a while, they finally left, and so I stayed hanging around in the woods for a good while after, just to make sure everybody was definitely gone.
He finally continues to his intended destination once the lights have gone.
I decided to proceed along the road on my intended route to escape into the hills as quick as possible, but use my red light so that I was far less visible at a distance. And I'll be honest, at this point, I've got that horrible adrenaline sensation in my chest, and I've got loads of video recorded from this section, but I'm just constantly talking, I think, trying to reassure myself and make myself feel better and calmer.
He stops to make himself some food, as he is starving now. However, as he is eating, he hears lots of sounds coming from the woods, and they aren't your normal animal sounds.
As I'm eating, you may notice I become preoccupied with something on my left-hand side, and what was happening was originally the sound of quad bikes or dirt bikes, then a car alarm going off, possibly on one of the back lanes or the obscure car parks out in this area, And then at one point, I definitely heard at least one man shouting loudly. Now, this was really distant, don't get me wrong. However, I was already in a heightened state of alert and obsession that somebody was following me at this point, and I know that there'd been some issues and some characters hanging around, maybe doing things they shouldn't be in the area recently, and so that put me on edge to say the least.
With the fog closing in, temperatures dropping, and his nerves rattled, Dan decides that he isn't going to get to his destination in a comfortable manner, and turns back for home.
Okay, so the winds really got up, the temperatures absolutely dropped, and I'm rapidly packing my stuff up. I'm definitely going to bail. Let's go and rethink this, and then I will do my first ever solo camp in the next few days, hopefully. And so, yeah, I thought, if this isn't going to be fun, I don't want to just be lying awake in fear on my own on a hilltop for 7 hours. And like you say, just a little bit too much of a public place. Right, I'm really sorry to be bailing on this. As you can imagine, I've gone to all this effort and I didn't want to do this. I've got probably 6 to 7 miles to walk back.
If you enjoyed this, then please visit Dan's channel for the full video. And while you are there, like and subscribe to his channel. This is a popular camping channel called Novice Wild Camper. Today he is going to be camping in a local forest.
Could be a good spot for the hammock. Well, I think I found my spot. I'm going to hang up between these two trees here.
He finds a good area to set up, and while he does this, he hears noises.
So I could hear someone then. Looks as good a spot as any. There are a couple of houses, probably about 300 yards away, which I don't think own this woodland because it's got open access from the side roads. There's no signage up. So, fingers crossed we'll be alright.
He continues to set up his camp. After setting up, he tells us about hearing noises.
Sure, there's some people around here keep hearing some weird noises, and not just crunches and cracks, but weird vocal noises as well. See what I mean?
He decides to sleep as he is very comfortable and calm.
Right, it's not exactly late, but I am very tired, and laying in a hammock does not help it. It's just too comfortable. There's a huge amount of noises around here. I've picked a chestnut tree wood, so there are chestnuts crashing around constantly. Sounds like Bigfoot's throwing rocks at the hammock. I've had a couple of near misses and a couple of hits, but yeah, going for a fun night. Well, I'll be honest, this is the first time I've ever done this. I'm actually sitting back in my car now. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I sort of fell asleep to the sound of chestnuts crashing through the trees and hitting the deck. And it's the same sound every time. Sort of crunch, 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 thump. After the rain started, I could just hear, and I know these are deer, muntjac, badgers, squirrels, whatever, but some crashing around that got nearer and nearer and nearer to my hammock. And every time I moved or got out to check, it stopped but didn't run away. But the weirdest thing was, the rain started to die down, so it was just a tiny bit of patter. And suddenly by my hammock, a massive thud hits the ground and bounces. And I jumped up, unzipped it, put my torch on, and there's a rock on the floor that wasn't there when I went to bed. Then another one. And then another one. This went on 3 or 4 times at least. And then a large branch. There was no crack. There wasn't like a crack and a crash. Just a large branch hit my tarp. It bounced the tarp down onto the hammock and then bounced off the tent. I don't know what it was. Nature, Bigfoot, chucking stuff. I don't really believe in Bigfoot, by the way. And I understand that, you know, there's a lot of wild creatures out about. But this has completely freaked me out to the point where the only time I was happy was if I was out of my hammock with my head torch on, just standing there looking around.
He is spooked by some things and decides to go back to his car. He then proceeds to spend the rest of the night in his car.
Well, I'm getting packed up and getting out of this quick as I can. Literally, while I'm standing here now, it is daylight, okay? So I can see everything. I'm under my tarp, cracking up my quilt, and there's this crash behind me, and literally, this doesn't land coming down. It bounces towards me. It hit the floor and was still rolling towards me. This place is freaked out. It is only about half an hour away from where I live.
He returns to his camp in the daylight, with a story about a branch that strangely rolls towards him, and then goes back to his car. But he has a strange encounter when he gets back to the car.
I just got back to the car, and bearing in mind this road is like a desolate, dead-end road. No one comes down here. No one has driven down here, except for that bin lorry, for the entire night that I was here. But I've come down here, and as I've stepped out of the woods, literally the entrance to go in there is just there. And there's a man just walking down the road by me, and he saw me, and he went, "All right." And I was like, "All right." He went, "You been camping in the woods?" I said, "Yeah, just a little hammock camp." And he went, "You're brave." I said, "Why is that?" And he went, "People have done it before. No one's lasted." I said, "What do you mean?" And he just laughed, and he went, "You know what I mean." I walked off. And I'm like, yeah, this is just doubles my thoughts of never coming back to this place again.
Very sinister indeed. But that isn't where this story ends. He returns early the next year by popular demand from his subscribers. Let's have a look.
Right, so the last time I came here, I said I would never come back again. After what happened, the way I felt, I've never felt like it before on a camp in my life. However, a lot of people said, you should go back, bring some cameras, night vision, goggles, trail cams, blah, blah, blah. So I'm back here on my own. And I vowed I wouldn't do it, but I am. So I'm parked in the same spot as I was before. So a lot of people said someone must have seen my car, knew I was camped here. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing as I did before. So if it was because my car was parked here, then hopefully the same things will happen. If it was someone, then I'll catch them out. I'm going to grab my gear, head up into the woods. See you in a minute. So I think I'm heading the right way. I believe it's over there and off to the right, which is where I was last time.
He quickly finds the spot where he was before, and sets up for the night ahead. He explains how he has set up 2 trail cams. One is new and he isn't sure it works, and the other is one he knows does work.
So this is the infrared FLIR vision on my camera. You can see that's my hammock. There's my stove. That cooled down ages ago. And you can see where I've been sitting in the hammock. Right, so this is me, crouched down. Hopefully I'm in view because I'm near the cook set that was in focus. What does it look like? Right, let's pan around, see if we can see anything. Weirdly, there's a worn tree trunk bottom behind my hammock. There's a little creature. Oh, no, there he is.
He scans the area with his thermal camera and sees what appears to be a mouse.
Just heard something behind me. See, why is that log showing warm?
After spotting more mice eating, things take a turn.
Oh, there was another mouse eating something. So I keep seeing loads of mice and things dotted about. Nothing around there. What is that? There's two handprints. Just put my torch on. That wasn't there 2 seconds ago. I swear that wasn't there. There's two. I keep seeing like a flash of light. It's like as the camera comes around, it disappears. See there? Look. Back to my hammock. That's freaked me out. There's hands. What the fuck's that behind it? It's like moving behind the tree. Fuck.
After spotting what looks like two handprints on a tree, he is spooked, and later on he spots more.
I prefer the white hot. Something down there. What the hell's that? That's showing up hot behind a bush. Oh, it's a tree. Fuck was that? There's a fucking hand mark on there. That's a fucking hand mark. I literally just panned across that, it wasn't there.
He reflects on what he has just seen.
Just using the thermal camera and watching, I've had quite a few crash noises over to my right. And annoyingly, that's where the trail cam is that connects to my phone. So I don't know if it's working. And those marks on the tree were in front of me. So they're on a big tree that's in front of the hammock. They're not there now. I just had a look at the thermal camera. So it's been considerably quieter here than last time. I'm beginning to wish that I hadn't brought this thing, because I wouldn't have seen those marks on the trees.
He settles down in the dark of the night, and then hears things that are a little odd.
But I keep on hearing like a distant banging noise. It's like a metallic bang, 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 bang. And I also keep hearing like a long howl. It sounds a bit like an owl, but it's just too long for it. It's weird. It's in the distance. It's not close, but it's like you can definitely. I don't know if you heard. I don't know if you heard that. If that picked it up on the mic or not. It doesn't sound more like a wolf, but we haven't got any wolves in this country. It could possibly be a dog. I don't know. I've never heard that. I've never heard anything like that whilst camping. I'm not in. Yeah, that's just weird. But the banging is really distant. But it was those really weird howls that got me. I can hear talking. It sounds like a radio. I might switch off for a second. It could just be someone walking a dog or something down the main track. That was close. That was really close. I'm going quiet for a bit. Right, I'm absolutely freezing now. I've spent the last probably 45 minutes just standing outside in the cold, in the pitch black, with the thermal camera on, just trying to see what the hell was going on. There was no movements. There was a couple of crunches. I caught one on camera just before I saw that second handprint. It's got to be some weird anomaly with the tree. That's the only thing I can put it down to. Everything else tonight, apart from those weird noises earlier on, has been pretty quiet, fairly calm. And I'm too tired to carry on with this, so I'm going to try and get some sleep.
After a restless sleep, he contemplates the events of the previous night.
I did not sleep well last night. Nothing much really happened. Apart from that massive explosion. I don't know if it picked it up. There's just so many weird bangs and noises around here. This is nothing like the last camp that I did. It's those howls last night were just weird. But what freaked me out was the handprints. I don't know if it's like... I'm trying to think of a rational explanation, right? There were some things rustling around the hammock last night, but again, it would be the little rodents that I saw on the night vision camera, or thermal camera.
After concluding that his night was generally quiet, he lets us know that nothing unusual was caught on the trail cameras. If you enjoyed this, then please go to his channel to watch the 2 full videos. And while you are there, why not like and subscribe? This is the popular YouTube channel, Exploring with Fighters. Today Dan is joined by Flex on a camping trip to Epping Forest, where they have been previously.
Because we're not on the graveyard. We're in the forest. Is that noise? Yeah, what the hell was that? That wasn't a normal fox noise. Could have been, I don't know.
It could have been, but it didn't sound like a normal fox.
Right, come on, let's grab our stuff and set camp. It's getting cold already, so let's...
right through the graveyard?
Yeah, if we walk through the graveyard, we'll go right to the back.
They're going to be camping in the woods, behind a graveyard.
This one is going to be our main warm fire. Let me turn this down a little bit. It's going to be our main warm fire. This one is actually going to be our cooking fire.
They settle in by cooking some steak on their freshly made fire. They eventually get to enjoy their steak, with some vegetables. However, their food time is cut short by a sudden movement on the side of their tent.
All the hard work that went into it. Oh! What's that? Shh.
They listen intently for sounds outside their tent.
Can you hear that walking around? What's that?
They hear what they believe to be footsteps.
What is that? I don't know. It could be an animal, but I don't know. I hit the tent. I don't like this. Hey. Footsteps. I genuinely lost that.
Dan suggests they open the tent.
What are we gonna do? Open the tent. Open the tent. Are you mad? If you hear anything, tell us, because I'm not gonna do anything with these. Six giant men from, Neanderthal man time. So I've got a CCTV camera up there. It might go in on there. I put it up there because last time we got a fox on camera walking around the tents. So I wanted to see if we capture any animals walking around. But whatever that was, it smashed the side of the tent. Yeah. Ridiculous. Legit footsteps. At first I thought, hold on, it could be like a branch falling off the tree, right? But the way it smacked the side of the tent, but then the footsteps, but then it could have been an animal. I'll have to check that CCTV footage.
How soon can you check it?
Tomorrow morning when we get back to the hotel.
Whatever it is, I think it's gone.
No, I reckon we turn the lights out.
Yeah.
And just sit in silence for a bit in the dark. Leave the fire on.
Yeah.
The fire's on like quite low.
What are we going to do about that?
Well, I would like to finish it. It's going to be cold now.
We try.
We've probably attracted something because of the smell.
When do we ever not attract something when we do the steak?
They continue to finish their food and sit listening quietly, with the tent open. They hear more movement outside the tent while they eat.
The fuck? What was that? Branch or something?
They review the CCTV camera the next day. Something very disturbing can be seen.
So when something's triggered on the camera, it takes about 2 or 3 second delay. So I didn't actually catch whatever was thrown at the tent. But check this out. I did see this. In the bottom right corner, something comes into the frame. There was definitely someone there. And it looks like they just take a look what was going on. And as Flex pops his head out to take a look, they dart off into the darkness. Now this is quite a scary thought.
Let's take a closer look. If you like this, then please go to their channel to watch the full video. And while you are there, hit the like and subscribe. If you enjoyed these videos today, then please like and subscribe. I have more coming soon. Stay safe out there.